morning, dear students. Hope you all are fit and fine, taking very good care of yourself. So today we will see some important questions from the topics which we have covered in the light. We have actually covered till the image formation of concave and convex lenses. So as you all know, in the last class I gave you some homework. So let us discuss the answers of the questions which were given in the last class. Question number 12 says, an object is placed at a distance of 10 cm from a convex mirror of focal length 15 cm. You know that convex mirror is this whose focal length is positive and object is always placed here, so the distance of object is always taken as negative. Find the position and the nature of the image. So object distance u is minus 10 cm, focal length is 15 cm. We have to find v. Using the mirror formula, this can be also written as 1 by f equals to 1 by v plus 1 by u. All of them are same. And so putting the values, we get the value of v as 6 cm. Now the image distance is 6 cm. Because v is positive, so the image is virtual. That you know also, in case of convex mirror, images are always virtual and erect, isn't it? Or they are always going to be positive. So image is formed at a distance of 6 cm behind the mirror. The magnification is minus b by u. So minus b is minus 6 by 10, that is 0.6. Now 0.6 is less than 1. The positive value of m shows that image is erect and its value is less than 1, which shows that image is smaller than the object and the image is virtual, erect and diminished. Diminished means smaller in size. Question number 13. The magnification produced by a plane mirror is plus 1. What does it mean? It directly means, looking at it also, you can see that the height of the image and height of the object are same. So since magnification is h dash is the height of image by height of object, that is equal to minus b by u, that is given as 1. So h dash is equal to h, means height of the image is equal to height of the object and distance is same but in opposite direction. M is equal to 1 indicates that size of the image is same as that of object, and positive sign of M indicates that an erect image is formed. Clear? The opposite signs of V and U indicate that image is formed on the other side of the mirror formed, where the object is placed. That's what I told. The image formed behind the mirror and the image is virtual. Question number 14 says an object 5 cm in length. So this is the height of the object. Is placed at a distance of 20 cm in front of a convex mirror of radius of curvature 30. Here radius of curvature is given, so you have to find f. Find the position of the image, its nature and size. Since object size h is plus 5 cm and object distance u is minus 20 cm. Radius of curvature is 30 cm. So f is equal to r by 2, that is 30 by 2 is your 15 cm. Using the mirror formula, we will calculate the value of v as 8.6 cm and magnification will be almost equal to 2.2 cm. Now it is greater, so the size of the image is greater. The virtual and erect image of height 2.2 cm is formed behind the mirror at a distance of 8.6 cm from the mirror. Sorry, this was the height of the image, not the magnification. Okay. Same way, question number 15. An object of size 7 cm is placed at a distance of 27 cm in front of a concave mirror of focal length 18 cm. At what distance from the mirror should a screen be placed so that a sharp focus image can be obtained? So they are using a concave mirror here, isn't it? And then size of the object is 7 cm. 7 cm is height of the object and is placed at 27 cm is here. U is minus 20 cm. In front of the focal length f is 18. So f will be here minus 18 because it is a concave mirror. Now they are asking at what distance from the mirror should a screen be placed so that sharp focused image can be obtained. So as I told, object size is given as 7, distance is minus 27 f. Using the mirror formula, we will get the value of V as minus 54 centimeter. Screen should be placed at a distance of 54 centimeter on the object side. Minus 54 means this side only. 27. This distance was 18, isn't it? And then center of curvature will be how much? Center of curvature will be 18 to the 36. Object is placed between this. Okay, so you know also when the object is placed between C and F, image is formed beyond C. That we have studied also with the law of the formation of images. So then B is coming as minus 54 and the screen should be placed at a distance of 54 centimeter on the same size of the object. Magnification will be calculated as h dash by h. Now h dash is minus 14 centimeter. This is the height of the image. Height of the image will be 14 centimeters, but the negative sign indicates that it is real, inverted and enlarged. Now moving on to some other extra questions. These are questions and extra questions. I will request you all to write them. What is the name of the phenomenon in which the right side of an object appears to be on the left side in a plane mirror? This was not discussed. Actually, it should be. This phenomenon is later inversion. If you see in mirror, when you stand, you can see that the left portion of the left hand in the image appears as right hand. So that has a particular name. It is called lateral inversion. Very important. If an object is placed at a distance of 10 centimeter in front of a plane mirror, this is your plane mirror. Object is placed at a distance of 10 centimeter. Then how far would its image be formed? Obviously, its image will also be formed at a distance of 10 centimeter, but it will be behind the mirror. Now, the total distance from the image to how far would it be from its image? Now, the distance of image and object will be 20 centimeter. That's what is given. A distance between the mirror and image is 10. Therefore, the distance between object and image is 20 centimeter. Which property of light makes a pencil cast a shadow when it is held in front of a light source? So it states that light travels in a straight line. It also has a particular name that is known as rectilinear propagation of light. This is always repeated because it is very important. Rectilinear only means that it travels in a straight line. So rectilinear states that light travels in a straight line. The image seen in a plane mirror cannot be formed on a screen. What name is given to this type of image? When they are not formed on the screen, cannot be formed on the screen, this kind of images are called your virtual images. When they are formed on screen, they are the real images. When they are formed on screen, isn't it? Where is the image when you look at something in a mirror? So then your image is on the back side of the mirror. Question number 6. A concave mirror produces 3 times magnified or enlarged image of an object placed at 10 centimeter in front of it. Where is the image located? Because the image is real, so magnification must be negative. Now using the formula m equals to height of the image by height of the object, that is equal to minus v by u, and magnification is given as 3 times, so it is minus 3. So v is equal to 3u and u is minus 10 centimeter. It is already given to you. So m will be minus 10 into minus 3, that will be giving you the value of v, that is 30 centimeter. The image is located at a distance of 30 centimeter from the mirror on the object side of the mirror. No matter how far you stand from mirror, your image appears erect. The mirror is likely to be either plane or convex, because always it is forming the erect image. So you are not going to give the answer as plane or convex. Both answers can be, among them any one possibility is there. Question number 8. The difference between real image and the virtual image, they are already given to you as notes also. So you can read and write here. The letter F is placed in front of a plane mirror. Okay. So then how would its image look like when you see in a plane mirror? So as I told, in when this is your F in the mirror, this is object, so then its image will be inverted. This will be the shape of the image. Why? Because lateral inversion is taking place. Okay, very important. I am repeating it. Question number 10. What is the difference between regular reflection of light and diffuse reflection of light? What type of reflection of light takes place from cinema screen? See, regular reflection takes place from smooth surface. Okay, smooth surface and polished surface. And diffused reflection will take place from unpolished or uneven surface. So looking at them, you can tell me. So in regular reflection, a parallel beam of incident light is reflected as a parallel beam in one direction, while in diffuse reflection, a parallel beam of incident light is reflected in different directions. Different direction means for the regular reflection, this is your incident ray and this is your reflected ray for regular reflection. And for diffuse reflection, this is your incident ray, and suppose many incident rays are coming na, so then they are not reflected in the same manner, they are all diffused. Getting the concept? Regular you will get the same similar pattern, but in diffuse you will not get the similar pattern. What can you see in a completely dark room? If you switch on an electric bulb in this dark room as a light source, explain how you could now see. So when there is an electric bulb, when the electric bulb is there and when a piece of white paper is there, when we see in a completely dark room, we are not able to see anything as explained because there is no light in the dark room. We can see bulb due to the light emitted by the bulb. Till the bulb was not lighted up, we cannot see it. When it started lighting up, because of its light, we are able to see it. We can see a piece of white paper because it reflects the light from the bulb falling on it. Okay, so that's why we say that no light, no see. Once light is there, you can see everything. Question number 12. State and explain the laws of reflection of light at a plane surface like a plane mirror. With the help of a labeled ray diagram, mark the angle of incidence and reflection clearly on the diagram. If the angle of reflection is 47.5 degree, what will be the angle of incidence? So, here you are going to plot these laws of reflection in the picture we have already studied. So, you know both the laws also, means all three. First, that angle, the incident ray, reflected ray and normal to the surface lie on the same plane, and the angle formed by the angle of reflection is always equal to the angle of incidence. So if we measure the angle of reflection, that is NOB, here your angle of reflection is NOB, so we'll find that it is exactly equal to the angle of incidence, that's why we say that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. If the angle of reflection is 47.5 degree, then the angle of incidence will also be 47.5 degree in accordance to the second law of reflection. If I say that angle of incidence is 60 degree, then what is angle of reflection? Obviously, you will say that angle of reflection is equal to angle of incidence is equal to 60 degree by law of reflection. Okay. Now, these are your home assignment. 7 questions are given to you. Please do them. Read the book. You'll get all the answers. If you are not sure, write them neatly and do submit. That was all for today, my dear students. Thank you. Have a nice day.